Hello and warm welcome from my side. This is Lavish. Today we will be learning about Introduction to Coordinate Geometry. So let's start. In this lecture, we will be learning about recalling and recognizing basic geometric terms like point, line, line segment, axis, abscissa, ordinate, coordinate, etc. Also, we'll be learning about Cartesian plane. First of all, we need to be aware of some basic definition. These are a point. What is a point? A point is that which has no part. This excerpt has been taken from the book Element of Euclid. This definition implies that a point has no area, no thickness. It is infinitesimally small, has zero existence. However, on paper, if you draw it, you will end up getting some space occupied, but actually theoretically it's zero. Similarly, if you talk about a line, this looks like this. This may be inclined at any angle with the horizontal. That is not a fact of concern. It's a breadthless length, theoretically, as said by Euclid. However, if you draw it on paper, you will end up getting some thickness, but that is negligible, and you have to assume it's zero theoretically. Okay, so that is length. Now, this is of infinite length. So our thought of concern is, for practical purposes, we cannot use this. So now we'll be dealing with line segment, which is concerned with a portion of a line connecting 2 points. Now A and B are 2 points which are being connected. So AB is a line segment of a whole line. So that's how we proceed it for practical purpose. Now, what is an axis? The lines or curves we use to make for locating a point. Okay, for Cartesian plane we will be using line, but for other purposes we also use some curves, and that is the subject to higher coordinate geometry. However, we are not concerned about that right now. It is basically, since we are concerned limiting our discussion to a Cartesian plane, so it has basically two types of axis: horizontal axis and vertical axis. So horizontal axis is also known as x-axis, and vertical axis is also known as y-axis. Now coming to another term used in a Cartesian plane, this is how Cartesian plane looks like. Coming to another term, that is uh, abscissa. This is the distance of a point from the y-axis, right? Now this is the point. We have P. Distance from y-axis is this one shown here. Now, if you want to know what actually is this, this is basically nothing. This distance is nothing but projection, but the x coordinate of this. I.e., if we draw a perpendicular to P to the x-axis, we will get like this. Now this length is basically same as the distance from y-axis of the point, and this is known as abscissa or x coordinate of the point. Similarly, if you're talking about ordinate, that is distance from x-axis, like this one, this vertical distance. In a similar fashion, we'll be talking about the distance from x-axis is this one. Now if you project it on the y-axis, we'll get like this in a similar fashion. So this is now ordinate. Okay, so y coordinate is known as ordinate. Now coming to general concept of coordinate. So in general, coordinate is the abscissa comma ordinate in parenthesis. For Cartesian plane that I'm talking about, a coordinate is used to describe the location of a point in a Cartesian plane. Of course, we know we were interested to measure the location. Where is point P actually located? So we were concerned about abscissa and ordinate. Now let's see how this Cartesian plane little bit works like, how coordinates system work like. First of all, we need to consider that on the right side of origin, there are positive x values. On the left side of origin, there are negative x values. Similarly, above x-axis, there are positive y values, and below origin, there are below x-axis, you can say there are negative y values. So since this part is made of only positive values, positive abscissa and positive ordinate. Therefore, the coordinates of this will look like this, and means both value positives. So this is quadrant first. Similarly, the second quadrant which you are looking at, it will have negative abscissa since it lies on the left side of y-axis, and uh, positive ordinate since it's above the x-axis. So therefore, this second quadrant, minus and plus. This kind of value will be denoted by denoted in second quadrant. Similarly, in third quadrant, both abscissa and ordinate will be negative. And in fourth quadrant, the x value will be IA, abscissa will be positive, or and ordinate will be negative. So now let's note the following points in the Cartesian plane. Before doing this, let's find out in which quadrant do they lie. 3, 5 are both positive values, so they lie in the first quadrant. Minus 4, 3, it says a negative abscissa and a positive ordinate. Therefore, this lies in the second quadrant. This also, with a similar fashion, lies in the second quadrant. This lies in the fourth quadrant because abscissa is positive and ordinate is negative. Similarly, both abscissa and ordinate are negative, and that belongs to quadrant third. Okay, let's note these two, and rest of 3 are to be done by you as homework. So 3, 5. If we see this, 3 is abscissa, 5 is ordinate. So what we see is, see, this is. Now observe carefully that first of all, I have drawn abscissa. So see, abscissa is 3. So what I did was, abscissa means distance from y-axis. So I took a distance from y-axis as 3 and then drew a whole line. Now I found that this is the whole line that is situated at a distance 3 unit distance from y-axis. Similarly, another line that is situated at 5 unit distance from x-axis, that is ordinate 5. So this is locus of ordinate and this is locus of abscissa. Where they will intersect, that will be the point of coordinate which we are talking about. Okay, so this is the 3, 5. You can do it in a very simple way by simply searching 3 here and 5 here and then matching with them. But the concept lying behind them is this, that where locus of ordinate and locus of abscissa of that particular point intersect, that is actually the coordinate of that point, or that is the location of that point. This kind of approach is quite useful when you talk about coordinate system in present digital world as well, GPS, etc. So that will be useful there as well. Similarly, about minus 4, 3, minus 4 is the abscissa and 3 is the ordinate. So x is equal to minus 4 is the locus of abscissa and y is equal to 3 is locus of ordinate, and the intersection point is the point we are talking about. Okay, thank you. Hope you like this lecture. Thank you. It ends up here.